Today we're looking at the Corsair Neutron GTX 240GB solid state drive. Here we see all the things from in the box. It comes with a 3.5-inch adapter bracket. It comes with the screws for the bracket and to attach it to a hard drive cage, the warranty against defects thing, and the solid state drive itself. So let me tell you a little bit about it. It uses a professional grade lamped controller, has 555 megabits per second read speed, 511 megabytes per second write speed, 85k IOPS, that's input output operations per second, and with the controller it will maintain that amount over time. It uses the SATA 3 6 gigabits per second interface. It uses MLC, that's multi-level cell technology. That means it can fit more into one cell than normal. It has toggle NAND flash. This is the best type of flash. It's made by Samsung or Toshiba. I'm not entirely sure which one in this instance. It has 128 megabytes of DRAM cache. Its max power consumption under load is 4.6 watts, and at idle it uses 0.6 watts. It's 7mm high and 2.5 inches long, and no, I don't understand why it has to be in millimeters and in inches like that, why they can't do either one way or the other. What it does mean is it will fit into slim laptops. Its weight is just 100 grams, and apparently it can withstand a shock of 1500 G. Its MTBF, that's mean time between failures, is 2 million hours, according to the website anyway, and that's around 228 years, so you can expect this to be pretty reliable. And if it's not, it comes with a 5-year warranty. Hi guys, I'm back. You might have noticed there was a little bit of a gap before Christmas, and what I'd like to start with today, before we talk about the Corsair Neutron, is this. This is an OCZ Agility 3, and now I know every single person who knows what they're talking about there is going to say, oh my goodness, what on earth are you doing with one of these? Unfortunately, I got this quite a while ago and bought it somewhat in ignorance after a friend of mine, Dale, damn you, said, oh, OCZ, yeah, they're really good, you definitely should buy a solid state drive of them. So I did, and guess what, it's broken now. I've got the same problem that every single other person who's ever bought an Agility 3 has got. It just freezes, it unfreezes, it freezes, it unfreezes. Luckily, in an unfreeze moment, I did manage to take most of my data off it. But yeah, this, and also because this has been in a different case, where I had to stick it down because it didn't have any cages in it or anything to screw it into, and it got levered up and it's partially taken off the warranty sticker, so there we go. Money, goodbye! But less said about that piece of shit, the better. Anyway, so I've got the Corsair Neutron in my system at the moment, so I'll hold the box for illustration purposes. Now, the difference between this and this, insurmountable. Well, the reason I got this is it is supposed to be very, very reliable, and this is largely down to its professional grade controller, the lamped controller. So what this does, this is like the brain of the SSD. It controls where all the data goes, in which memory block, and you know, that's the main difference between the SSDs out there, is the controller. I mean, lots of them might use a SandForce controller or something like that, so they'll just have the same, you have different manufacturers' names like Crucial or whatever, but they all actually use the same controller. But Corsair have their own one, and it's a professional grade one, which means it should last a long time and like maintain the speeds that it's advertised to have, around 555 on the read, 511 on the write. So yeah, and if it keeps that, it's absolutely fine with me. It's supposed to have a very long lifetime, and as I mentioned, 5-year warranty, and nothing shouldn't go wrong for many, many, many years. And let's face it, with 240 gigs, I'm probably going to be getting another one in a couple of years. So there we go. So let's talk about the flash in one of these. It uses toggle NAND. Now this is the best type of flash because it's made by Samsung or Toshiba, as I mentioned before, and I don't actually know which one it's used, not without taking the drive apart. I'm not going to do. I'm not invalidating my warranty to look at that, and I haven't looked online too much, but it's not important. It uses some of the best flash out there because Samsung and Toshiba are huge manufacturers of flash. Toshiba especially, people think that they're not that big because they don't have many SSDs out there, but they build the flash and then they sell it on to all these other manufacturers to put out their own SSDs. So yeah, they're actually a big player, and they have just bought OCZ, and hopefully they'll do a better job of making an SSD than this one. Not that it's a sore point with me or anything. Anyway, I don't want to go into exactly what the NAND flash is, asynchronous and etc, because I think that's out of the scope of an unboxing, an overview of something like this. So I think I actually went through most of the things on here in the bit before you see me sitting and talking. And there's not much to say. I mean, I can't give you any details on it. It's been in my system for about less than a week now, so I can't. It was good when I installed it. It's really fast. Yeah, I haven't got really anything to add at the moment. I mean, in the months coming up, I'll probably let you know how it's doing, but as long as it's going to be more reliable than this OCZ piece of shit. So yeah, as I said before, it's 7mm, so really thin like this, and that will mean it will fit into even the slimmest of laptops, unless you've got some horrifically proprietary hard drive in there already. So yeah, is it worth paying the extra money for one of these? Because these are around the £175-ish mark, and you're paying for the fact that it's their flagship model and the fact that it's supposed to last a long time, the technology that's inside, especially in the controller. But saying that, the Samsung Evo of 250GB, so around the same size, is about £40 cheaper, getting on for £40 cheaper, and again that's flash made by Samsung, so it's going to be the good stuff, and their controller, obviously because they make the flash, their controller is going to be one of the best out there. So although I don't have a Samsung drive, so I can't really compare them and tell you which is which, but if you were looking to upgrade to an SSD and you're using it as like a boot drive or an extra drive, something like that, then I wouldn't recommend spending money on this. I've got this because it's this is, as I discovered when this like shat itself, this is the heart of my system, and if I don't have this, then I can't do any videos. So yeah, there we go. So thank you guys for watching. If you let me know in the comments, what SSD are you using? Would you consider buying a more expensive drive if you're going to be guaranteed better reliability and better speeds maintained over time? Or would you rather go for a cheaper drive, maybe with like the SSD Now from Kingston, that offers pretty good performance for a much reduced price? Oh, one last thing, Mike, I still can't reply to you, so I will send you a private message. And this is the last time I'm going to be leaving messages at the end of my videos. So yeah, thank you guys. See you next time.